Hello everyone. Today in this video we are doing the first half of section number 8. That is 5 rounds. Because it's a large section, I need to divide it into half so I can fit it easily on an upload. For the first round of section number 8, I'm just doing double crochets. I'm using the same colour that I finished off section number 7 with, just so it can be seen, because if we use another colour on top of that, it's totally hidden away. So we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet into these corners, and then just a double crochet into the top of every stitch below. So yarn over, find your chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Tighten that little knot if you would like. Another double crochet, chain 1, 2 more double crochets. There's no little hidden stitch to worry about. We just go straight into this stitch here. It's going to be a really nice, relaxing round. Okay, that's round number 1 done. Now I just need to explain something to you. If I'm making a blanket and it's all double crochets, everything's fine because it's all the same essentially. But oftentimes when I put a double crochet round in a blanket, I find it is more stretchy and can be a little bit frilly. So what I do to counteract that is a round of single crochets on top. So I call that a stabilisation round. It just keeps things nice and in line instead of getting out of hand and the whole section starting to get a bit of a frill up. So what we're going to do here is slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet we made. So hook in, pull a loop through, pull it through the one on your hook. Now slip stitch into the top of the next double crochet, pull your loop through and through the one on your hook. And you can slip stitch into the corner. Now we're going to go straight in and make a single crochet. Hook in the corner space, pull up your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2 stitches, yarn over and chain 1. Now we'll do 1 more single crochet in that corner. This time we have the hidden stitch nice and obvious and we're going to use it. So we'll pop our hook in there. It's that little gap on the top right hand side of the stitch. It's a little triangle shape. So hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we're going to go around and do single crochets all the way, just doing 1 single crochet, 1 chain and 1 single crochet in your corners. At the end of round number 2, you're going to come across these 2 slip stitches and they can be a little bit confusing as to where to put your hook. So I'm just going to put mine underneath that first little V that I see, make a single crochet, and again there's a little bit of confusion there because of the slip stitch that we've put over the top. I'm just going to go underneath that slip stitch V with a single crochet, and again a little bit more confusion here where we started off straight into a single crochet. So what I'm going to do is an invisible finish because I'm changing colour for the next round. So the way to see where to put your needle is to find your chain 1 corner space, which is just there. Okay, so I'm going to come back one and go under the little V on the right hand side of the chain 1 corner space. Bring your needle back down the last single crochet that you made, so we recreate those little V's, and there we are, completely invisible. How good's that? All right, head off, darn your yarn ends in, and we're ready to start the next round. Okay, round number 3. I've got a new colour, a new corner, and a slip knot on my hook. We're going to do half double crochets, this time into the back loop of the single crochets below. So our corners are going to be 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet. So finding that little chain 1 space that makes the corner, do a half double crochet, tighten the knot if you like to, and another half double crochet, chain 1 and 2 more half double crochets. Now from here we go down the back of the single crochet loop and pick up that 3rd loop as well. We have talked about this one before, so yarn over, hook in, and pick up the back loop and the 3rd loop at the same time. Yarn over, hook in, pick up back loop and 3rd loop. Can be a little bit tricky till you get on a roll. Yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through all stitches. If you tilt your hook down this way on the diagonal, it's much easier to pick up that 3rd stitch. So back loop and 3rd loop, half double crochet, back loop and 3rd loop, half double crochet, back loop and 3rd, half double crochet. Rightio, head off and I will see you at the end of this round. Don't forget, the corner is 2 half double crochet, chain 1, 2 half double crochet. Just one little thing, as I was making this, I realise now that these 3 colours are the colours of a golden gaytime ice cream. So that tells you what I love to eat. I love ice cream. And all I could see was a golden gaytime. All right, Jill, focus on the crochet. I'm at the end of round 3. I'm snipping off my yarn ends and going to darn them in the invisible fashion before moving on to the next round. Round number 4 is new colour, new corner, slip knot on your hook. I'm reintroducing this colour because I'm then going to alternate it between all of these. We've got something a little fun coming up very, very soon. After this round actually. So we'll just do 1 single crochet in this corner, chain 1, tighten that little knot, and another single crochet, and then just work into the top of every stitch. No back looping, no back posting or front posting, just simple single crochets. And after this round the fun begins. Finish off round number 4 because you're really going to want to change colours for this next start of something special. Slip your needle under that little V which is on top of the first single crochet that you made, and then back down through the centre of the last single crochet to form another little V. Now I'm just going to weigh these 3 colours to see which I need to use first. That one's 33 60, no, 59, 37. So I need to use that colour first and in this order. Now we need to do a bit of measurement. So grab your stitch markers and with your long side, we'll do that one first. We need to divide our side into half to begin with. So I just did this and then popped a stitch marker in what was approximately the middle of the blanket. It just helps reduce some of the counting. So we need to count this right hand side and then we'll count the left hand side and then we'll move this little stitch marker whichever way it needs to go. This time I am going to count the stitch that's in the corner. So starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the right hand side has 110 stitches. Now I'll count the left. The left hand side has 111 stitches. So all we need to do to make this one exactly in the middle is pop it onto 110.5. So all I can do about that is to put the stitch marker in the center of the single crochet just on the left. Now the next thing that we need to do is divide the two sides up by 17 centimeters. So laying your work out, you can actually choose whatever size you would like, but I would like quite a gap in between these motifs that we're going to make. So 17 centimeters approximately. I'll put a stitch marker in there and I'll count up to see how many stitches that is. Not counting the stitch that is the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 26. So let's divide our side by 3 because I want to do 3 motifs on each side of the center line. So that's 26 stitches in there. So we want to do 26, 26, 26 and whatever's left over. And there's 31 left on that end. Now let's hope that the same amounts work out for this left hand side. My left hand side has been a little bit of a problem. I've got the 3 26s, but my very last section is 33 and I do not know how. I've counted this a few times. So all I am going to do now is move the stitch markers across 1 so that that will be 32 and then this one will be 32. Okay, so that one's reducing by 1 stitch and that one's gaining by 1 stitch. So we can cross those numbers out. And I'm happy with that. Now let's do the short side and then we'll actually get crocheting because I don't want to do it all at once. You'll have stitch markers fall out if you've got stitch markers like me and we don't need that, do we? On the shorter side now, here's our little motif. Rightio, let me tell you what I've done with the short side. I originally found the approximate center, but we can take that out because we have had to change tact just a bit. What I did was measured the 31 stitches in from the corner like the long side has. Okay, so the short side also has 31 stitches on each corner. Then I divided up what I had remaining between these two corner stitch markers into 5. So that has led the segments to be 26 stitches each. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 of them. Now that is exactly what I wanted. This time we're doing the motif either side of this center one, which is a-okay with me. I think that's going to look great. So let's go back now and get started and I'll show you what we have to do. Round 5 of section 8 is starting off with a single crochet. I've got new colour, a new corner, a slip knot on a hook, and how on earth I lost my other hook between here and the lounge room is beyond me. So we're going to start in the corner chain 1 space with a single crochet, a chain 1 and a single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet using that little hidden stitch there all the way towards the first stitch marker. Now as you're getting to the stitch marker, we are going to stop crocheting 2 stitches out, because we are going to be starting something pretty. Just something really nice to finish this blanket off. Something regal and well deserving. You can see here that I've stopped 2 stitches out. I'm going to remove that stitch marker and remember that that is the 3rd stitch. Now we're going to do 5 double crochets into that space where the stitch marker was. So remembering it's 1, 2 and 3 stitches out. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now skipping 1 and 2 stitches, start your single crochets again in the 3rd stitch and onwards. Now I'm 2 stitches out from the stitch marker, which I'm going to remove, and I'm going to do 5 double crochets into the 3rd stitch from our hook. 1, 2 and 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now skipping 2 stitches and starting single crochets again. Working your way up to your next stitch marker. Okay, we're 2 stitches out from our stitch marker. Remove that one. 5 double crochets into the 3rd stitch. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now you can see that we're doing little shells where every stitch marker is positioned. So count 1, 2 and start single crochet again. Now I want you to go along this long side, around the corner and down the short side, doing exactly the same thing. In the corner, just do 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet. Then I'll meet you back up to do our measurements for the other 2 sides. Now we're up to the next long side, and I've done my approximate halfway guess, and now we need to start counting. Stitches on the right side, stitches on the left. Counting the stitch in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wowee, this time it was 110 on both sides. Now we need to go through and do the 26 1, 2, 3 times, and hopefully to have the equal amounts left at the end. Working backwards from the centre using 26 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. All right, along the bottom I've got 31 at the very end and 33 at the beginning. So we just need to move, well, I just need to move my stitch markers 1 stitch to the right. So every single stitch marker, and then it will be a-okay. Now for the short side again, we actually don't need the center stitch marker this time. We just need to dive straight into 31 stitches from each corner and then 26 stitches for 5 sections. Okay, so let's start with the right side corner and count 31. And that side worked out perfectly. You know what? We are doing really well, having our stitch count within one difference on one side. No, 2 sides, sorry, but geez, we're doing well, you guys. Big pat on the back to you all. That's all the fiddly bit done now. We can just finish off this foundation round for these special little motifs, and then after that, we just work off here. So it's nice and easy and we can just enjoy our rounds. I'll see you at the end of this one really soon. Finish off round 5 with an invisible finish because we are going to want to use another pretty colour for the next round.